Alon, why Salon? You with the nasty pastor now. Back with another chapter read from out of Ramses, the son of light. This is volume 1, series 1. I believe we're working on chapter, I believe it's 16. Honestly speaking with you, I believe it's 16. As you see, I'm really never prepared. I kind of like it that way, to be honest with you. You got what I'm saying? Yes, we're on chapter 16, and we ain't gonna do no long intro. Cause this is, we're not gonna do a long intro. It'll probably be a long outro. You know what I mean? What they call it, a post. You know how you have your pre and your post? Yeah, we'll probably do a post. It might be a long post because it's not a lot more to read in chapter 16, but let's go and dive in. The reception was an unqualified success. The foreign merchants promised to send Shinar their craftsmen's finest vases for his collection, famous throughout the Near East as far as Crete. He would give almost anything for the perfect piece of pottery with delicate curves and seductive colors. Pride of ownership only heightened his I guess that would be aesthetic pleasures. Along with treasures, Shinar felt a deep satisfaction that no one could take away. One of his informers approached him as he ended a cordial conversation with an Asian dealer. Trouble, the informer whispered, "What kind?" "Your mother isn't satisfied with the official investigation." Shinar frowned. "One of those ideas she gets. No more serious. She wants her own investigation. The chief of palace security is already on it. He's useless. If his back's to the wall, he could cause problems. Let him sniff around. Then, what if he actually gets somewhere? Quite unlikely. We could warn him off. Who knows how he might react? There's no reasoning with imbeciles. Besides, the trail is cold. What are your orders? Watch him and report to me." The informer disappeared into the crowd and Shinar returned to his guests. Despite the irritating news, he remained a perfect host. Come on now, you hear him? That's what, look, that's the end of chapter 16. But you hear him, the informer. They had informants back then, which I could believe. I could believe that, intelligence been in the world, before Christ. Don't think all of this stuff just started because we're in America. If to really explain some things to you, if you're not a person that's up on your history, if you really have not looked at a lot of these movies of our history before Christ, they had things called scouts. They had men in the military that will camp like at the beach front, the ocean front, where boats could come up and they could enter your land. You get what I'm saying? There'll be scouts right there to let the king, let the pharaoh know that, okay, they're coming to invade. Let's go on take the army on out. You get what I'm saying? Even if we're not talking about water, there's a certain part of your land that the country next to you, if they don't have a treaty with you, they're not to enter. They're not to trespass. So there's someone there, or a lot of someone's there, where that they are posted right there to let the pharaoh, or the king, know that, okay, they're coming. So now it's time to get our army together so we can go out and battle. You get what I'm saying? And one more thing I want to point out to you, you know what I mean? I will be getting into Buddhism. This is pre-recorded. You get me? This is pre-recorded. I'm doing this in 2025. So what I'm saying to you is this right here. If I haven't got into the Buddhism read yet, believe me, this will happen in 2026. But my point is this right here. You see how we're doing business with Asians already, right? The Asians already has a structuring in making money. You get what I'm saying? In boosting their economy. Yes, they have to come all the way from another continent to sell the things of craftsmanship to bring money back into, Asia. But come on now. What that tell you? You get what I'm saying? What does that explain to you? You know what I mean? We like nice things, and it tells you that China has always provided some type of import for other countries. You get what I'm saying? Has always, and they're probably number one import. If it isn't rice, if it isn't heroin, it had to been, like he said, vases, you get what I'm saying? Things that they have crafted. You understand what I'm saying? Their creations. The poppy field was already there. You got what I'm saying? That was already there. You get it. That was the demiurge put that there. So I don't give them craftsmanship for that. I understand that they figured out how to process it. You get what I'm saying? But let's get off that. But you see how the Asians, had a quiet history, to be honest with you, very quiet. You don't hear a lot about the Asians in history. Yes, you hear about America, the Vietnam War and stuff like that. You got what I'm saying? But when you really get into history, you don't hear a lot about the Asians. You don't hear a lot about their wars that they've been through. And I know for a fact that the Romans and the Greeks had to been over there in Asia messing with them. Had to been. You got what I'm saying? Had to been, because it's the next. Look, the Middle East is right there, and Kemet, ancient Egypt, Africa is right. Like you open the door, boom, you there. You get what I'm saying? That's the same thing with Asia and Europe. You feel what I'm saying? So I know if Alexander really conquered the world, he had to start in Asia first, then moved his way into the Middle East, then moved his way into Africa. You get what I'm saying? It does not make sense to go forward. Let me get these allies, let me get these people behind me straight first, so I don't have to worry about a double attack. I don't have to worry about an attack from the east or the west at one time. See, that's what the Hittites and the Nubians did in Kemet, did in Africa. And it was not east-west, it was north-south. You see what I'm saying? The Hittites was up north, the Nubians was down south, and that is the way they invaded and conquered. You see what I'm saying? You have to fight off two different armies. It take a lot. It take a lot to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So I just say this to you once again, you know what I mean? Align yourself with the best possible people that know how to know how to perform in a conflict. You get what I'm saying? Know how to speak in a conversation of peace. You get what I'm saying? Stop aligning yourself with ignorant people. Because see, they will start a war for you that you're not ready for. You're not ready for it. You get it? Have your things lined up so that you can win at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people exhaust their resources going to war too early. Too early. Too early. You should sit back and you should understand, I need this stacked up. I need this in place. I need this as an emergency. Okay, if they do invade, I need a getaway. You get what I'm saying? I need somewhere to get away. I need somewhere to get up out of this. So if you don't have all of your steps in order, there will be a demise of what you have created in your land. So I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? It takes patience to be a pharaoh. It takes patience to be a king. It takes patience to be a queen. You understand me? Patience. Patience. First, you have to be able to think. You have to be able to outsmart your opponent. If you don't play chess, I advise you to go buy you a chessboard or get the app from off of your phone. You get what I'm saying? Play around with it for a minute and learn your strategy. Learn to build a strategy. I've played people that beat you in 2 moves. No, not 2. Hold up, let me think about this first. All right. I move, I open. He move, I open again. Then that move right there put me in checkmate because the king, every spot of the king is open and the king have nowhere else to move. If the king move, if you in check and you can't move in a space to get you out of check, it's mate. So what are we talking about? You know, if we're just counting my moves and I'm the one that's getting ready to put you in checkmate, we're talking about 1, 2, 3. Basically 3 moves, you're done. I've had it done to me. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not the best chess player, but on a good day, you done. Yeah, you done. I might can't get you in 3 moves, but you done. My biggest problem I've ever saw that was pointed out to me about chess, I'm not as aggressive as I should be. You get what I'm saying? I'm not as aggressive as I should be. And sometimes, you know what I mean, chess, you know, you got to have a clear mind when you're sitting down playing chess. Usually when I'm playing people, there are things on my mind what's the word? Distract me from really being aggressive. You feel what I'm saying? And then I'm a person like this, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? I love the game so much, I like to sit there and play for hours if we could. To be honest with you, I like to get down to the last person. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've had it where that when I was in prison, me and this guy, man, we have played to where that it's just his king, my king. Ain't nothing you can do, and we just sitting there trying to, get a person in a corner. You see what I'm saying? So they call it a stalemate. You get what I'm saying? But chess is fun. I advise you to go get it. It helps your thinking process. I advise you go get it because it builds strategy. You got what I'm saying? It builds strategy. And I say this to you again before I leave out of this reading. Tip your hat to these agents. Always be respectful to these agents because they're going to respect you. You got some assholes out there. Like, if you're in Richmond, Virginia, that's Son of Cole on Hall and JD, the son, not the dad, the son, yeah, that a-hole. You understand me? A big a-hole. You get it? You have to go in there and ignore him. The dad, the mama, they're very pleasant people, and I'm very thankful that I have met them. It's nothing that they have given me. It's nothing that, let me rephrase that. There's nothing they have given me but respect. You understand me? Respect. I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? Respect others, and it will come back to you. I love you, and I'm out.